How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Let's take a look at NIO Stock today because it is up almost 18% right now. It's just insane. And if you've been watching the channel, you know that I have talked about NIO a few times, and I've been a little bit nervous to invest because it is a Chinese-based company, and that's not meant to be derogatory in any means. It's just that I don't really understand the culture as much over there. I've heard some horror stories about different companies over there, so I've been a little bit cautious just because of their government and their, not knowing their culture. But I have to take it very seriously now because there is some interesting opportunity in front of it. So if you guys like this kind of thing, please leave a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. If you want to join the channel, please join it. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers after hitting 15,000. Also, if you guys want, there is a link down there if you want 2 free stocks through WeBull worth at least $8 each, but up to $1,600. I've been getting some bigger stocks actually recently, but it all is random. So definitely check that out. I really appreciate it. It helps me out a lot too. So thank you guys. So NIO is up massive today, and this is on the heels of JP Morgan raising their estimates. So if we take a look at this article here, just today, JP Morgan came out with a buy rating on Wednesday, so today, taking its price target all the way to $40 from $14 a share. And again, we're just sitting at $25 right now, so we're still $15 away, a massive upside of about 60% from where we are now. Now, this is not the first company or the first big bank to actually like NIO, so we have seen a lot of people start to give bullish ratings to or buy ratings to NIO. If we look here, we can see the global light vehicle sales. So just these lighter vehicles, we can see how much China is increasing. So if we take a look, the whole rest of the world is 22 to 28. So just a 6 million vehicle increase. If we look at China, 12 to 22. I mean, that's 10 right there. If we look at the US, 10 to 17. Europe, 15 to 14. So China has the most growth here, and they still are growing more over the last few years. Now, this increases the market that EV and NIO or NIO can actually sell their products to. And if we look here at the price to estimated 2022 sales, you can see Tesla is the highest at 7.4. NIO is at 4.8, and then there are some other companies here from China. There's a lot of potential with NIO. And as we look over the last year, they've been able to increase their sales a lot. So you can see here the gray bar is 2018. You can see here they started very small and started to ramp up. 2019 was kind of an off year, going down and then down and up and down, and then started to end the year a little bit stronger. And of course, there are growing pains as a new company. Then you can see here that, again, winter, spring went down a little bit, which seems like it's cyclical a little bit for them here. And then we've ended the year, or starting to end the year, on some of the best notes that they've had so far. You can see here 5 really strong months. And if we look at September, because it stops here in August, September saw about 4,700 vehicles, which obviously is higher than August. So this is a really interesting company to watch. I mean, I personally have not invested in them yet. Now, of course, you should do your own research, but it is interesting to take a look when companies upgrade these EV stocks because a lot of them don't like Tesla. Tesla constantly has a target rating below where it's actually at now. If we take a look, a lot of the time it's at like 200 when they're already 400 or 425 per share. So it is interesting to take a look when they are upgraded above where they are now because they do sell at a pretty high price to sales ratio. Now, am I going to buy NIO stock? I could definitely see it. So at first I just didn't want to get into it, like I said, because of the government, because of me not really knowing the culture. But at this number of sales, as they increase, they have a huge target market like we talked about. As we see here, their target is increasing every year. The number of vehicles sold every year is increasing. They're expecting a lot more of the vehicles sold to be EV. They're talking about possibly 25% in the next few years are EV sales, and they're one of the major players there. So I think it would be silly to continue to not evaluate them and to think about them as an investment. Now I realize that a lot of people are already invested in this company and might, give me a hard time in the comments, but I usually go by the thought that it's better safe than sorry. I understand that there are some really high risk plays that I could be making, or very high growth plays that I could be making that would help me out a lot more over time. So if I had invested in NIO when it was a lot less expensive, like let's say 6 months ago when I first started looking at it, or maybe it was just a little bit less than that, but when it was $3 to $7 a share, I could have definitely bought in there and I would have seen a huge upside, right? But I've been cautious and I would rather use Warren Buffett's rules. Number one, don't lose money. Number two, listen to number one. So I would rather be cautious. That's one thing that I have done pretty well. So I haven't had a lot of big losers. The only thing that I can think of that has been my worst one was Delta Airlines, and I bought when I was maybe $39 a share. That is really the only company I bought into that didn't do well, but that is one that I didn't buy a lot in. So I will be cautiously looking at this as an investment. Of course, it is up 16% today. I could see some kind of pullback. I try not to time the market, but when you see it go up this much, you got to consider whether you want to invest now or wait a day or two. I've talked about before how I try not to do that too much, really, because then you might miss out on a great company because you never get to invest. But this is a 16% move. This is not like a 5% move. So I will consider it going forward. I'm trying to hold on to a little bit more cash now because I have some big things coming up that I have to pay for. So I'm not investing as much into these high growth plays. Now, of course, if you want to see what I'm buying, I did have a video coming out just later today. I actually just filmed it on the growth companies that I'm buying. So after I put this up, I'll be editing that one and putting that one up hopefully later today. So there are two companies I'm really excited about. One is very high risk, high reward, and then one's a classic staple of America and the rest of the world, honestly, too. And it's going to be a really interesting company in the direction that they're taking it. So if you guys want to see that, please hit subscribe. Please be on the lookout for that later today. I'll definitely have it up in the next few hours. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for using those links down below. Bye.